I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, 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 I'm black, 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 y'all, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black.
Wearing a white cap. Brought in some big guys in here. He beat them all.
It ain't only about being big. You gotta have skills, son. Monroe Hutchins?
Yep.
I guess you know who I am. Are you the champion in here?
Yeah.
Not the heavyweight champ.
Champion. Heavyweight or any other kind they got.
I didn't even know they had boxing in a place like this.
Well, it's a special program. We only get bouts every 6 months. Mostly we fight guys from other prisons.
How long you been on top?
10 years. Ever since I got in here.
Damn. Brother, that's a real fine record you got. I gotta congratulate you.
Oh! Yeah, what? You want some of that? You want some of me? Come on! What? Ain't no champ in here but me! Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good time to be black. Actually, it's always a good time to be black. And actually, every day is Black History Month. Yes, every single fucking day is Black History. As we all know, black people are the foundation of this country. No, seriously, when we died, they just buried us and we grew good plans. That's the way we would see it. But because I have noticed the pushback from black people is not so much the revolutionary pushback that we all thought that we was going to have in the 70s, because black people realized, I ain't dying for that shit. And other black people were like, how are we going to fight the United States Army? So the only way us black people now can fight back against the white man is very simple. Be petty as fuck. And that's what we have been doing so far. I have noticed this year 2020, black people have been a little bit extra spicy when it comes to our unseasoned brethren. So this year, are we going to do that same thing? No, but we're going to keep it action. We're going to keep it action this month, like we always do. And we're going to sprinkle some black drama in there because, you know, niggas. So the first movie that we're doing. So the first movie that we is doing is one that snuck by everybody. Why? Because it went straight to DVD. But everybody,
and one other thing, D, we all graduated high school.
Yeah, all of us like graduated high school at that same time. Now, I know what you're saying, nigga. That's 3 years younger than me. Well, nigga, I remember when it came out. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But this is a movie that kind of snuck past a lot of people anyway. And just to be honest, I know a few of you that know more about the second one than the first one. But we're going to start with the first one because we really do have to get into this fucking series. And that is Undisputed. A movie about a movie, this is just real talk, a movie that has been viewed by every black, at that time when it came out, every man that was plus 47 years old, every black man that was 47 plus loves this goddamn movie. Know why? Why? Because it's heavyweight boxing, the best boxing. I mean, yeah, sure, they're not super fast, and let's just be honest. After Lex Lewis, Name me somebody. Name me somebody after Lennox Lewis. Don't you say James Toney, because Tony don't count in my book, and Tarver don't count in my book. But Tarver, actually, no. Tarver counts in my book. Tarver wasn't that bad, man. Tarver really wasn't that bad.
I gotta say, you know what feels weird about this movie? And I actually did see this in theaters and stuff. What's weird about this movie is the difference in body type between Ving Rhames and Wesley Snipes.
Oh, we call that...
Speaking of Wesley Snipes being in a different weight class compared to Ving Rhames, I am going to christen I'm going to christen this 2020 of the first Wesley Snipes movie of 2020 by sending both of y'all this picture in our Facebook group chat. Please, if you will.
No, my thing is this.
No. Stop what you're doing. No, stop what you're doing. Look at it now.
Wait a minute, in our chat? Wait a minute, which chat, nigga? Which one?
Facebook Messenger.
Oh, the Facebook messages. Oh, now, see, I thought it was there's like 5 different ways of hopping on this shit.
I haven't done my taxes. I'm God damn it.
You know what, Eric, you're fucking banned.
You're more banned than me, and I like the tax line in Expendables 3.
Why am I banned? Look. No, see, first of all, no, D, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there before you even attempt to ban me.
You stopped the fucking podcast for this shit.
Yes, I did. Now.
You're worse than me. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, I am. And guess what?
What?
Guess what? I need a Q Bishop from Juice. Anyway, you already know the quote. Now, as I was saying, D, if you can like MJ and make fun of him for all the John molestation cases, I can do the same thing with Wesley Snipes and his taxes.
But here's the thing. None of us really have any. We don't really have any skin in the game on Wesley Snipes. We know allegedly he punched the shit out of Halle Berry. I'm like, well, fuck that nigga, but I still watch Blade. Love that movie to death.
Right. I love Blade.
Look. I'm just saying. I can look at a movie that we will do one day, y'all, at the Art of War and love it and love Wesley Snipes for it. And at the same time, I can say the Drake line, haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up, and did show that picture of Vegeta smiling. This nigga spitting.
But anyways, my thing was
I'm sorry. Just have that, it didn't just have that picture of Wesley Snipes smiling. This nigga spitting. Like, we can make fun of. Like, yeah, true, Chris. No. All right. You want to know one of the most obnoxious laughs I have ever heard come out of Chris? Wesley Snipes going, tax evasion. Chris, it was one of the most white man laughs I have ever heard.
Because it's like, I'm a sucker for those. That was a low-hanging fruit. That was just low-hanging fruit.
That was low-hanging fruit. And look. But look, here's the thing. Tax exemption, not doing his taxes aside, and him fucking the hottest Thai women aside, Wesley Snipes is still the fucking man. Yes, there is.
I don't know, man. It's like, if I had to put a wager down, I'm not making fun of you, Eris, or who loves Asian women more. I don't know, Eris, you got Wesley Snipes beat. I'm sorry, you do.
Nah, bullshit. There's a black kid, there's a black weeaboo in Peoria, Illinois right now that got Eris underneath a fucking house right now
man. Wesley made no bones. He'll fucking parade an Asian woman right there at the Oscars, and I'm like, oh, good for you, Wesley. Good for you.
Yo, I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's just be glad right now. Eris is a straight black male, because if Eris was bisexual, he would have the most gumpish looking Asian nigga falling down everywhere. And hold on, because I know
I'm mad.
Hold on, and because I know
I'm so mad you said gumpish though.
Look, because I know my nigga. No, because I can't say the F word. I can't say the F word, so I have to. Look, but check it out.
That's growth.
But because I love my boy DJ Sue, let's just be real. That's going to be one of the baddest looking bitches. Hey, man, look, I don't appreciate, look, there be one nigga, you there, I don't appreciate little gay shit he be doing around me. But the nigga he got is cute. I mean, if he was a girl, yeah, nigga, but he a gay nigga though, man. I don't like this.
Look, you know what, D? I appreciate that hard times thing that you posted up, because that is you. Like, I appreciate my son is gay, but he ain't no goddamn top. And I'm like, that's D. That's D. I'm sorry, that's D.
That sound like me. My son ain't. No, real talk. It's stupid. It is dumb. I know person that's probably is gay is like, that's just dumb. Yes, it is dumb. But I'm just saying this as a guy that I really don't care. At the end of the day, that's not my sexuality. That's my own kids.
But at least you appreciate your son is gay.
It's like if you say whatever, it's like this. And whatever little personal thing I have, whatever it is, because we all gangster until it happens to us. You know how that one person like, oh, let the gays get married, let them do what they want, and then their sister comes out gay, and you're like the biggest homophobe ever. Everybody got their own struggles, okay? Yeah. But I just know me for a fact. Oh man, like man, your son's gay. You problem? Nah, why? That nigga on the bottom, son. Nah, man.
You know what though?
Hold on. Hey Chris. My son be giving the dick, not sucking it, son. Nah, I don't like that, man. I don't like that gay shit. That gay.
It's like, damn it.
That nigga's a second gay.
But anyways, I remember watching Undisputed. I'm like, let me get this right. We got Wesley Snipes still rocking the 8-pack versus Ving Rhames looking like my dad after a hard day of mowing the lawn with the fucking dad bod. What's going on here? What's going on here?
Because this was the era of Ving Rhames I love. And I call this era, I'm 43 years old, but I be taking care of myself. You know, you got to take care of yourself when you're older black male, you know?
Hey, look, this is, was this before?
Like, and it's a good day. Like, and it's a good day to, like, hold on. And it's a great way to stay in shape.
I mean, look, I would say this.
Now, you're asking, was this before Baby Boy? That's a very good question. I think it was the same year. I think it's the same year.
Okay.
For one thing.
Okay. Because Ving Rhames was at his most niggerish in this fucking movie. Dear God, man.
You know what? It's kind of.
I don't know, Chris. Until that moment I saw Ving Rhames in the kitchen, butt naked, drinking Kool-Aid from the pitcher.
I don't know, man. Like, that shit.
Look. What did it for me was this motherfucker drilling motherfucking AJ Johnson across the room. Just, when you're having, they were having super good black sex when it's all,
That's that older black people.
This man was bunny hopping AJ Johnson from one end of the room to the next.
Yeah, that's that kind of. Hey, Chris, that's that boomer black nigga sex that we don't understand. Like, let's just be real.
You know what, man?
Let's just be real. There's this thing that's always called like, oh man, y'all millennials ain't like boomers. No, the fuck we're not.
Oh, first off,
that is a different type of. It's like this. They dealt with a different type of black oppression than we have. That's why they're built differently than us.
First off, us millennials eat ash. You guys don't. First off, so we are.
I'm just saying, y'all don't even know. You know what? And I don't want to hear from y'all older niggas. Nah, we weren't like that. We created this shit. Oh, really? When Richard Pryor was like, I ain't eating no coochie. Y'all was like, yeah, I know that's right. Don't stop that shit. No, I'm sorry, Chris. Keep it in line with the meme. I ain't, no, not the kid. Y'all niggas. This nigga spitting.
but seriously though, Ving Rhames, like the whole, so Walter Hill filmed this movie. Kind of like his character is like Mike Tyson light because apparently he raped a chick and that's why he's in jail. Allegedly raped a chick.
I'm sorry.
He raped a chick though. I'm sorry, he did.
No. I wouldn't even say Mike Tyson light. I wouldn't even go as far as Mike Tyson light. I'm saying
in terms of the story of him though. Like,
no. Because I know boxers, that's more like generic boxer number 6.
Okay,
they always either rape a girl, extort a nigga for money, beat somebody to death, or my favorite one, divorce his wife, go back to the house, and beat her to death. There's always one of those 4, all right?
Yeah.
And you probably say, hey, D, why is that last one your favorite one? Because that motherfucker wanted to be OJ. And I got to give him
hold on. And one other thing. Can we really say that Mike Tyson did it?
Look.
Yeah and no. Mike even admit that he had to an extent, but for the most part, the way the girl made it out, it was like, I got to be real. And I know that we all like in this new pro world and all that shit. Real talk. I with Mike. Bitch was lying.
Look. I put it in the category of Kobe, where it's like maybe he didn't know, and then that kind of thing. But it didn't help. It didn't help Mike's case when he's like snapping on the stand. So it didn't help his case on that shit.
It don't really help. It also didn't help that and this is a thing that, like I said, we always got to deal with this. Of course, it's Black History Month. Y'all heard I'm blackity black by the great Alan Payne before this podcast started. We're going to talk about being black. And one of the things I will say about being black is the image that we put off. And most boxers, because I just went down that line of, you beat somebody at the club, you rape a girl or some bull, or always, physical abuse with a woman. I say that because that's what usual boxers do when it comes to these motherfucking crimes they commit. And when you look at the fucking image that it puts off, it's hard to be a boxer because everybody thinks you're one bad day away from beating the living crap out of your wife. Everybody thinks that, except if you're a white boxer, then you're just a scruffy guy that's trying to make it.
Yeah.
But if you're a black guy, you're a ticking fucking time bomb. That's the way they have always. And you see, that's how they treat. Wesley's character. Even Ving Rhames too. So both of their characters.
Two sides to the coin here. So Ving Rhames plays George Iceman Chambers, and he's going to the Sweetwater prison because he's convicted of rape.
Yeah,
on the flip side,
a brand new prison made in the middle of the goddamn Mojave Desert. Now, and I like to call, do we need another fucking prison
in Arizona
again? But no. Look. I thought it was California. Was it California?
It might have been California.
It is California.
It is California.
It is California. So Chris, I gotta make this joke. As he passed that sign, Stillwater Prison. Sweetwater Prison. Underneath, Senator Kamala Harris.
Damn it. Now, on the flip side, we got Monroe Undisputed Hutchins. Now, he's in jail because he caught his fiance wife fucking another dude, and because he's a boxer, his hands are basically lethal weapons, and he basically killed a guy with his hands by punching him.
Yep.
So he went to jail. Life in prison, basically?
Yeah, I'm not life in prison. I think he got like 25 years, but he only served like 8. He only served like 8 or 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years,
up
right?
to this point in this movie, he served 8 years basically when we see him. And he's the undisputed king in the boxing ring. Now, he's basically being Wesley Snipes, which he's basically kind of like he's at peace. Boxing is his outlet, but he's basically the guy in jail. He's the man in jail. Nobody's fucking with him.
Oh yeah. Because they did this really well. Walker here really did this well, where you frame it of how much of a badass he is in the beginning of the movie, and the first person you see him fight is a motherfucking Nazi who is clearly a foot taller than Wesley, and Wesley doesn't get touched by this motherfucker, and he just brings him straight down. I mean, he breaks this motherfucker all the way down with Ed Lover giving commentary. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Ed Lover gives out commentary. This has to be one of the most 2000s things of all time. The only thing that can top that is, I don't know, some random rapper was in this. Oh my God, is that Master P?
Oh my God, is that C Murder and Silk the Shocker? Oh my God, No Limit Reunion.
All the true, look, all shit true. True's in the building, y'all. Yeah, look, y'all don't, nobody? Anybody got True? I heard one, see one. Anybody else had True album? I heard Last Dawn. That don't count. I said True.
I mean,
what can I say? Bounce was a good song.
Hey, look, that being said, looking at everybody out, look, I mean this to everybody. I'm going to do about it, and a lot of people probably not going to like it for one main reason, because it gave me an open opportunity to talk shit about No Limit. And the one thing I got to ask is this. To a wider audience, I have to ask this question. Why do we make C Murder a thing? Why?
Because we had to make him the third best rapper on No Limit because reasons.
Why did we make him a thing? Also, just going to put your money where your mouth is. We all love Mia X. I don't think none of y'all motherfuckers even owned her album.
Well, people like to say they do, but it's like, have you owned her first album? Probably not.
We all do. D is guilty of it because I love Mia X. Did you have an album? Huh? I had two Gangsta Boo albums. I had LaChat's album. I had that other sorry ass LaChat album that she put out after that. I done had a few female rappers albums. I never owned me an X. And the better part, I thought to myself like, hey D, have you seen anybody own Mia X's album? You know what? Do we just say we like her? Because I don't like that shit.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, if we're being real, as somebody that went back to listen to her first album on Spotify and stuff, she was the best rapper on No Limit.
Oh yeah, she was. Her P was tolerable.
Yeah.
P was tolerable. Even though P had this little habit where he tried to put way too many words in a bar, where he'd be like, yeah, but but don't be savage, but that's like, God, nigga, why did you add two whole ass sentences in a verse? Whatever. But anyway, Master P, True is in this fucking movie, and the only thing I gotta say is, I expected that. It's Master P.
Also, the one and only Byron Mins is back in this movie.
Yes. You know what? This movie have some character actors or reoccurring actors that you've seen in like other stuff is in this movie. And it's kind of funny to see them. You know what? I would also like to see like one actor who's probably, this is going to be one of their last roles, but it's like a distinguished. Is that fucking Peter fucking Falk in this movie?
That's Columbo, sir. That's his name. Columbo.
Yeah, Columbo.
That's Columbo. You better put some, look, D, that's Columbo. You better put some, D, that's Columbo. You better put some respect on his name.
But I just got one more question. One more.
But also,
I love when Columbo hit that shit. That's all the questions I had asked. Just one more thing. It's always like something minor. Like there was like this music box. He used to act like he had this music box. And it was always beside him.
And he's playing.
And he'll just straight up unravel the whole case.
He does that.
And the Billy is sitting there like, yeah, man, I don't know nothing about that shit.
And he does that in this movie because he's like an Italian mafia dude who basically places bets on the game. He's very much like a historian of boxing to the degree of like going from back in like the 1920s when they did like bare knuckle boxing and stuff. Like
I always hate that shit though. I always hate that shit in boxing movies where we have to get one dude like, it's the sweet science. I don't know what it was. It's always one old
boxing. Oh, you mean back when they got concussions and they still fucking boxed? That was horrible.
Yeah. But that's what, and they always said this shit. But that's when boxing was pure. Yeah, purely, fully cheating because a lot of those people should have never been in a boxing ring, and you had some tall French motherfucker beating the living shit out of somebody for 18 rounds.
Dude, y'all remember that movie with Russell Crowe where he played like the father that boxed in like the Depression era to get money for his family or some shit?
Yes. I forgot the name of that movie.
I was like, dog, I forgot the name of it, but I was like, I remember like it was actually a good movie, but I was like, dog, like he had to get concussed like 5 times in that movie, and he had to get money for his family. I was like, dog, this is sad.
Hey, yo, Chris, come on, nigga. Come on, Chris.
Cinderella Man, that's what it was. Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man, yep. Yeah. Come on, Chris. You see motherfucking kings in, you know what I mean? You see motherfucking gangs in New York. Come on now. We know how this shit go. Get 2 drunk Irish motherfuckers in the middle of the ring and say go. And they go. And then Daniel Day-Lewis comes in there and say a lot of racist shit.
I mean, so he's like, so Peter Falk is doing this Columbo stuff, talking about the purity of boxing and stuff, and he's like, he's basically kind of organizing the gambling aspect of it. Wes Studi is playing random Hispanic guy, even though he's Native American. Yeah. Because Wes Studi is
that nigga's clearly Native American.
Wes Studi is in the same category as fucking Lou Diamond Phillips. Lou Diamond Phillips is Filipino, but they'll throw him in there like, all right, Lou, you're a Mexican this year.
We need a beater.
Yeah,
we need a beater.
Hey Lou, what are you doing today? Wes Studi's in the same category. Hey Wes, we need you to play a Hispanic guy, but I'm Native American. Hey, no, we need a Hispanic guy. All right.
I think this would be a good time to actually get the local people here. See, the tribe that actually was living here has been living here for years in Texas, and I think if you had some background, your last name's Lopez. Shut up.
You know what though? I give credit to West though. I am like a couple of years ago, the Academy did recognize the documentary that he did, so I'm happy that people are finally like, oh shit, he's actually is Native American. I'm like, yeah, no shit, we knew this. Like, what are we doing, people? But I understand people didn't know that.
Hollywood has a weird thing where they don't recognize the Native Americans, and there's a bunch of them in Hollywood. And I'm not saying it's like a large gambit of them and anything like that could really like change shit, but there's a good contention of it. There was a lot of them because they, a lot of people do like purity in their movies when it comes to like, if we're going to be at this time frame, these type of looking people are here. Yeah. There are filmmakers that fucking think that way and want an authentic like that. So there is a small group of Native Americans. Let's be real. Few of them actually Spanish, but we ain't talking shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, look, man. So, like, look, him being West Studi being in fucking Dance with Wolves, I was like, oh, hey, look, at least they got some authentic Native Americans in this movie. Jesus, they could have did. It could have been worse.
It could have been way worse. Don't give Hollywood like 3 steps of anything.
Yeah,
they'll take it. They'll take advantage.
But rounding out the players, right? We got fucking Michael Rooker playing the racist prison guard because of course.
I'm sorry, Michael Rooker was playing somebody racist. What?
Between him and old boy from fucking what's dude's name that we all from Justified, Goggins, those two.
Yeah,
always racist.
Fisher Stevens playing the guy that basically instigates shit. At least he's not playing the Indian, thank God. And also our boy,
nigga Wayne, my nigga Wayne from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. He's Iceman Chambers' agent who's kind of like trying to.
Sorry. Don't he look like one anyway?
Yeah, he really does. He's trying to get Iceman out of kind of speed up, expedite getting him out of jail because Iceman, like D pointed out at the top of the show about like how him being this undisputed boxer, people are going to try him. And the first about 30 minutes of the movie is basically Iceman flexing on everybody because he knows everybody's going to try his ass. Straight up. He's getting it from all angles. Like, he's getting it from the prisoners. It's like, oh, Iceman's coming in. All right, let's try to flex on him. And he's, like, kicking the shit out of everybody. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, and even to the point that the warden is all like, man, this is like the 3rd time you're in here. You're always beating up people. I'm like, because they're trying to fight him. He's supposed to just sit back and just take a punch in the face. Like, what are we doing here? Even to the degree that he even punches Byron Mins in the face because Byron Mins is like, hey, you need protection, right? And I'm like, I don't think he needs protection from the Brotherhood, dog. Like, I'm pretty sure he's fine. Perfectly fine.
I want to ask more so you, CJ. This question is directed towards you. Mm-hmm. Seeing how this is where all of these Undisputed movies started. It started with this movie. Mm-hmm. Given where we are with the latest one that came out, or the last one that has come out, can I say that this series is like an underground fighting equivalent to the Fast and Furious?
It is.
Where it just got stupid over the top by the time the second movie came out.
I think it had to, because I think when you have this movie being gutsy the way it is, and I remember when Undisputed 2 came out and Michael Jai White was basically playing Ving Rhames' character, and I'm like, first off, that's hilarious that you just stepped it up and was like, hey, Mike, we want you to play Ving Rhames' character. Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden Michael Jai White's doing fucking MMA and
boxing.
It turned into the MMA-a-thon and shit, and I'm like, okay.
I know, right? It was like, fuck that. We're going to boxing. Hey, let's see if we can find Lateef Crowder in this motherfucker. Let's see.
I think the third one is when they put Lateef Crowder in it, and then like the fourth one, it's like underground Russian MMA, and I'm like, that made sense because let's be real, when they got to the sequel, that's when MMA was starting to like really take off here and stuff. But back like when this movie dropped, boxing was the king and stuff. So. Yeah, I will have to agree. It's amazing that they just said, you know what, let's do it. And then granted, that's a Hollywood thing too, because they've done, I mean, I think we talked at length about certain movies like the Sniper series. Tom Berenger and Old Boy been playing tag with that fucking franchise and stuff. So I'm not entirely shocked. I'm really not.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that if these movies were as popular as Fast and Furious, there would be memes out that would probably say something to the degree of, do you remember when this movie was just about underground boxing?
Yeah, Scott Adkins took it over and he made it his own franchise, which I think that's great. He's carved out a niche to a degree and stuff. Yeah, so there is a degree of you got to really appreciate Walter Hill putting his stamp on it, and then somebody in Hollywood was like, I think we could continue this franchise, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, at least it's better than them trying to continue Universal Soldier on direct-to-DVD. So.
Oh, see, that just crashed and burned literally after the second. Even when they brought back Van Damme, just stop.
Yeah.
That was a franchise that never needed sequels, period.
Nah, it really didn't. You know, they tried to course correct, but anyways, so we set the stage for all these players and stuff. So inevitably, Iceman and Hutchins, first time they meet, I laughed at the fact that Iceman is sitting up there eating an apple or peach or whatever and stuff, and all of a sudden decides, you know what, I think I want to bitch slap fucking Hutchins in his face just to see what happens. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is where we're getting this at. All right, cool.
I think what makes it really,
you asked, you asked for this.
What really did it for me though is the fact that if you look before that, the whole time before that, Iceman is just being a fucking bully for like 15 minutes of the movie.
Hey, like I said, people were trying to,
He's
man.
not giving a shit. He's not giving a shit. And I remember he asked, like, who the big is that the biggest? Is that the champion here? Yeah, that's him. Like, don't approach him. He's like, yeah, fuck all that. He pulled up on this nigga. Wesley just trying to live his life. That's what makes it so great.
Making toothpick statues and shit. He just trying to get his zen on. What are we doing here?
He doesn't need to be in this. He knows what he is. He like, you know, I don't believe there's any rehabilitation in going to jail, period. But he's rehabilitated.
That's the crazy part about his character is, like, I understand because he's a boxer. He has, you know, his hands are lethal weapons and stuff, right? And, you know, you could make the case that he could have restrained himself when he saw his wife, you know, cheating and stuff. But it's like he reacted like any dude would. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna kill a motherfucker, well, of course, obviously. But it's like, you know, you think you would thought the justice system would see that, you know, but I get why he the way he did. So
I always felt like that's like a fucking entrapment type of thing. I always thought it was supposed to be used if your hands are registered. Yeah, they're not supposed to engage in a fight because they can kill somebody, but there is a chance that somebody else can engage them and they just have to protect themselves. Now, obviously, in this fucking case, no, he fucking killed a dude. So I don't know about all that, but at the same time, yeah, people do horrible things, but they don't get to be rehabilitated or nothing. They know what they did. And some people know, yes, there's a consequence to your action. You have to take your time. And Wesley's whole character was, hey, I'm in here.
When he told the attorney when he was in solitary, and he's, you know, she was like, hey, so are you okay? And he's like, no, I'm actually perfectly fine in here. I'm at peace. And she's just writing in her notebook thinking that he's bullshitting. I'm like, no, I don't think he's bullshitting. He actually looks like he's at peace. Like, he really is just like, I just want to serve my time. I'm rehabilitated. Yeah. Like, come on, what do you want?
I mean, yeah, sure, he did want to, you know, fucking choke that nigga to death and shit like that. But come on, man, that's all in the past because he's dead. See, it's in the past. I'm fine now. Ain't nobody fucking my wife, right? Ain't nobody fucking my wife, right?
Why wouldn't he want to choke him out like Ving Rhames choked out Tyrese like Popeye's biscuits?
I mean, here's my thing. Real talk. I think if you are a woman,
I'm sorry. Did we just lose CJ?
I had to mute that shit.
Because all Chris sees is Ving Rhames' arm. Because all he sees is Ving Rhames' arms and Ving Rhames' head replaced by an actual Popeye's biscuit. That's why.
I had to mute that for a second because I remember that meme and I was fucking dead. I'm sorry. Look, I love Tyrese, but just every time Tyrese gets fucked up or he's yelling, I love it. Just him getting choked up by Ving Rhames. I'm like, that should have been a random thing that should have happened to Undisputed. Like, Tyrese is a random prison dude, and Ving Rhames just rolls up on him and just chokes his ass out just cause.
Terrible, nigga. Hey, man, I ain't doing shit. Just rolling up on a motherfucking CO like that. You need to get your ass shot, motherfucker. That's the problem with you and females, man.
Oh my god. No, because you know what it is? That rehabilitation thing reminds me of like Morgan Freeman's character in like Shawshank, where he went to the fucking parole board like 3 times and got denied 3 times. Like, hey, I'm actually, rehabilitated. It was like denied, like this nigga's full of shit. Bam. I'm like, damn. Like,
I like how they did that in Family Guy, where Cleveland did it, and Cleveland went the opposite way. He said, you guys suck. And I slept with your wife. And I swear to God, if you let me out here, I'm going to kill again. Approved.
And you know what? I think that's why that lady wrote that thing, because I really think she thought that, man, this nigga, Hutch is full of shit. He ain't rehabilitated. I'm like, I think he is, but all right, white lady, you clearly know better, I guess.
He is going to, she wrote down, still has anger for white women. Yeah.
She really did look that way too. Oh my god. So
Caucasian males make him angry. Has the issue with his mother and the fact that his dad left him in the ghetto. No, he has yet to join the Nation of Islam in jail.
He has, however, lifted plenty of weights.
You know what, Aaron? I said that yesterday to my white coworker, man, thanks to you. I was like, look at you, motherfucker. You're a big lip beast. And the look on his face is like, wait a minute, what?
You know what, man? I gotta be real, like, man. Like, look, I love Michael Rooker, but like him and Goggins, they know how to like get to that line of being racist, and the look on his face seeing those two dudes, two black dudes boxing, like, oh god.
CJ, it's Michael.
You gotta have a level, because Chris, you have to have a level of in your voice, so when you say nigger, it has feeling in it. That's what
I mean, bro. Think about this. How many times was Michael Rooker this close to dropping the M-bomb in Guardians?
How many times will you drop the M-bomb, the T-Dog, and stuff? How many times he's about ready to say the M-bomb, the fucking T-Dog, and Walking Dead, dog? What are you talking
about?
He already
did.
Did he?
He did it several times.
Did he?
He said it several times in Walking Dead. Are you kidding me?
Damn, I forgot. My bad. Sorry. It's been a while, so I was like, shit, he did, didn't he? Damn.
Bro, that was how he introduced himself to that show.
Because it's like, dude, he had...
I'm about to say, did he? I'm about to say, that nigga premiered being fucking a Klansman number 4. Like, come on.
Dude, because I swear in this movie, like, Michael Rooker was like one step away from like a deleted scene where he just reaches down to his pants and jerking off to 2 black guys beating the shit out of each other. I'm like, god damn, Mike, chill. Like, I know you're excited, but...
I'll tell you something. They ain't nothing like 2 coons fighting each other.
Exactly.
Like, no, you think about it. See, we said that about Will Sanderson. Well, I mean, not Will Sanderson, William Sadler. Like, we always said, is William Sadler racist? And I always say maybe, because let's just be honest. If that motherfucker said your kind is not welcome around here, you be like, okay, that motherfucker's a Klansman. That motherfucker spends his day jerking off to old pictures of Hitler. He's like, we know that shit when you look at him. Michael Rooker fits that same amount.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the build-up for this movie was great of seeing, like, Peter Falk organizing this fight, because at first his character initially says, we're going to do it bare knuckles like the 1920s, and like, and old boy was like, dude, this is like 2002, we might want to use some boxing gloves, man. They're going to fuck each other up if you put bare knuckles. And I'm like, yeah, he's right, because they going to fuck each other up for free if they went bare knuckle.
I mean, you know what? I get bare knuckles, but golly.
Bare knuckle will be 1 round. That's it. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be 1 fucking round. Done.
Man, Come on, man. Y'all seen Snatch. Imagine if two niggas did that shit to each other. It'll be fucking terrible. There'll be blood everywhere.
We saw Brad Pitt's gypsy boxer get knocked out. No, sir.
Come on, man. Y'all see, look, I'm like, come on, niggas. Y'all see motherfucking Django. Y'all already know what this is happening if you get two black dudes beating each other bare knuckle boxing. We already know where this is going to end up.
Sure,
So white guys going
to
get
champagne. Hey, D, sure the kid's crying when you got to take the hammer and hit the other man dingo in the head. But that's life.
That's life.
Ow. Ow. I just felt like a possession. Thank you very much, Eris. Wow.
My pleasure.
Now, at the same time,
God. That was brilliant racism. That was brilliant racism. I like that one.
I mean, look, and like I said, it's a fever pitch because eventually he concedes. All right, we'll have him with gloves on and stuff. But it's just funny how this character is just sad that he got to put gloves on. Like, oh, I miss the good old days of the London prize fighting with bare knuckles. And I'm like, dog, it's 2002. Chill, like, stop.
Man, look, man. I like that's the old white man shit I be talking about when it comes to boxing, man. Like in the good old days where you can still call one of them colored.
Or you can still call women toots. You still call women toots and you slap them on the ass. And it's like, all right, guy. All right, Kyle.
Actually, hold on.
Back in my day, you could smoke everywhere.
This is going to be terrible. This will be terrible for me to say. You can slap them on the butt. You can slap them on both cheeks and get away with it.
Yeah, that is
Think
true.
about it. No. Think about that.
Ooh.
Slap them in both cheeks and get away with it.
Ah, that's good old 1950s love right there.
Man, look.
That might go over. Hold on, that might go over some of y'all's heads, but just think about that.
Sorry, man.
Put it this way. One of those slaps on the cheek was brought to you by Budweiser. Let's put it that way.
Look, there's a reason why black people do not like time travel movies because we can't go all the way back to the 50s. Nope. Nope, not today. Not today. Nope. We the farthest we'll go back is 1980.
No. So no. I know black folk. Drop me right there, 1972. Just right there.
I bet you said 1972.
That's
just
perfect.
72, right there. Yeah, right there.
Smack right there, where the drugs were flowing like that, and free love was flowing like that. Oh yeah, because everything else sucked. You had to do drugs and fuck a lot. Do you know how bad the Nixon administration was to niggas? Oh my God.
I would hate to come to Waldorf in 1972 because I know it'd be racist as shit. So there's
You
that.
still need your passport.
Nah, it's called.
Hey boy.
I'm telling you right now.
That's a stunt that. Look, hey Chris, real talk. Waldorf until about 1985 was, hey boy, it's 8:00 and the sun's down. What you doing around here?
Bruh, we moved to fucking Waldorf. We moved to Clinton in 89. And that's 89 we moved down here. And I vaguely remember driving to Waldorf and it was just woods and the mall. And it wasn't built up back then. Even it was like, yo, there's a lot of white people down here. So,
Yo. Look, the fun part was in the 90s where all the black people were moving out of Suitland and they were like moving into motherfucking Morningside. And for whatever reason, there were still white people in Morningside and they were like the most super racist white people in the world. It was like, how dare you work at the Census Bureau? Like that. Those motherfucking white people. Look, these white folk, the reason why you can't drive fast in fucking Morningside to this day is because them old white folks still got those rules in place in Morningside where if you go above 35 miles per hour in a fucking city zone, you will get a fucking ticket.
Now, here's my thing. I in most movies like this, I do appreciate when they do like the training montage, you know, for both people and like
This was decent. I like it.
Yeah, you know, and again, like I said, I know they're different body types and stuff, but it's like Ving is getting his cardio on. I'm like, so Ving, were you breathing very hard when you were running or not? So,
man, what you
Ving
what you think? I was thinking about my like what you think? I was in there training and thinking about my guns and butter.
I was up in there. Look, I was up in there. God damn it.
Guns and butter, baby.
Got me. Guns and butter. Guns and butter.
God damn, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Ving Rhames looked like he jerks off with ashy, rough palms. I'm sorry. This
damn, he dry. You say he dry? You say he dry jerks off? Jesus Christ.
Yo, Ace Man, you gonna spit in your hands first? Nah, man. You ain't a man unless you do it dry. Nah, little homie, you can't beat me.
Fucking dick is all fucking.
No, he won't even. No. You forgot. No, hey, D, you forgot the key word. He won't refer to them as little homie. He has to say the right word. Nah, youngster.
Youngster, thank you. That's a good one. Youngster.
That is a Ving Rhames thing. Youngster.
I mean, it's like he and at one point both of them were in solitary, and Ving is like shadow boxing. No, Hutchins actually was shadow boxing inside solitary and stuff, and he was able to go outside and run and all that stuff. And they're finding different ways to train and stuff to get up to this match. And look, I like Ed Lover too, but Ed Lover wasn't the greatest of boxing commentating, so it was just like, hey Ed, just do your Ed Lover shit and go for it.
And I thought he was doing his Ed Lover shit. Was just talking fast like a ball. These both of these champions in the ring going at each other. There's a left from Hutchins. There's another one from Iceman. These motherfuckers are beating each other the fuck up. This shit is amazing. That's Ed Lover. I was fine with it. I'm
fine with it too, but it's just like, man, that's like a far cry when you watch Boxing Now where it's like there, but it's like, well, I forgot this is prison boxing, so they gotta like heighten it up and stuff, obviously. So there's that. But
I mean, it ain't like the shit's legal.
Hey, look, when the opening act for a prison movie are the third-rate prison rappers, take what you can get, man.
This is true. I mean,
I got a question. I got a good question. Where did the music come from? That's the only question I got. Where did the music
I want to assume
come from? Don't you fucking say it. Hey, Chris, don't you fucking say it.
Michael Rooker brought the fucking boombox up in there. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the music came from. That's what I feel he did. So there's that. Them setting up. So prior to this, so you had this build up to this fight. Anyways, the stipulations for the whole match is, number one, Hutchins wants 40% of the take because his sister has 3 kids. As he says, 3 kids, no skills, and gets a check from the government, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, so we just giving her money with no stipulations? All right, cool, I guess. Whatever.
Because that.
I mean, we're set up. We're flex, but all right, cool.
Yeah. It's like, all right, cool, I guess. Cool. You want to take care of your family. All right, that's cool. And like, we also forget, John Cena plays Jesus Campos. He helps out Peter Falk's character, was it Mindy Ripstein? He's kind of like his helper and stuff. And basically, Ripstein is kind of telling Campos, like, hey, look, you can be better you need to do better for yourself when you get out of prison. Make something of yourself. And we find out that he leaves him some money, so when he gets out, he can actually do something. Essentially, which I'm like, all right, that's a little decent subplot that just, not gonna say it came out of nowhere, but it's there. So, whatever.
Well, you know what? It's because the main, they don't do a good job of it. Let me make this very clear. They do a better job of this in the third movie than this movie. It's a redemption arc for Wesley, but they kind of do it wonky in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be his redemption. They do it way, and I meant it. They do that way better in the third Undisputed, with Boyka getting out of jail at the end of that. That was actually kind of cool. I haven't seen the fourth one, and I know I'm gonna be mad when I see how he got back into it. I already know I am.
Yeah. But I mean, for the Campos dude, like, yeah, his redemption, it's like it happens, and you're like, okay, cool. I mean, I guess whatever.
You gotta find a reason for the audience to go, hey guys, we gotta root for him more. He's a good good guy in this. Yeah.
You know, and
Come
so
on, go home with your family, man. Yeah.
no, not Monroe. The other guy, the Hispanic dude that was helping out folk. That's the one that was getting out of jail with the $2 million.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I fucked that whole thing up. But the point is, you gotta have like some other reason. There has to be another reason for the crowd to root for the good guys even more than they already are.
So it's like you need that one guy because it's like the way the movie frames it, everybody is bad. And I laugh at the fact that like when, you know, as you said, D, like early beginning of the movie when Monroe is fighting a neo-Nazi, they give him like fucking like nameplates like blah 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 neo-Nazi from this prison, you know, and I'm like, okay, so we just give him
how many years have been in?
Yeah.
Murder, extortion, rape, arson, larceny.
So
more like they were showing off a makeshift character select screen.
I know, right? It's like Street Fighter.
Didn't it look like that? The shittiest looking Street Fighter screen I seen them.
So Monroe and Chambers are fighting, and they're doing London prize fight rules. So basically, each knockdown ends the round immediately. So they're both going at it. Chambers actually knocks down Hutchins twice, and I'm like, oh fuck. And again, haven't seen the movie in a while, and I forgot this happened because I for some reason in my head I thought like Monroe kicked the shit out of him, but he didn't until the third time. And yeah,
it wasn't a flat out fight. You know what? It's kind of funny, Chris. I remember it the exact same way too, because when I saw that nigga hit the ground, I was like, oh yeah. Like I totally forgot that happened.
Yeah, so it's like I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, it's a decent fight and stuff, and you know, Chambers is knocking him down, he's feeling himself, and then Hutchins is like, all right, bet. Gave him the Cam Newton nod and was like, bet, got you. And proceeds to kick the shit out of fucking damn Chambers.
All right. This is where
this
is where the script told me I was gonna win. Let's go.
According to Jim Kelly in the corner giving me the nod, like along with John Saxton, like I got a 2-1 odds bet here.
Yeah, exactly. Only thing that was missing, it should have been like Peter Falk on the sidelines giving them the nod, like, do it. Done. Hutchins,
I'm just glad there wasn't like another subplot when it came to the betting where you'll see like one character say like, all right, it's over with. Like, yeah, I know it's over. And they walk off and you're like, who the fuck was that? I'm glad we didn't have a moment like that. What's
interesting is that like the warden, like the way Ripstein is like organizing and stuff is to the degree that like he's looking to telling the warden like, look, I know you've been turning the back to this and stuff, but you know, just turn it back to this and stuff. Because the warden is like kind of like, come on, man, you know, the government got me by the balls here. I can't have this prison fight happen. He's like, no, just turn it back. Just let it go. Just let it go. And they do. And
just let this one illegal thing that's going on in your jail go unseen just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be a fight of a lifetime.
So, Chambers gets his ass whooped and stuff, and per usual, I
don't say ass whooped. I say humbled.
Yeah, he got humbled.
I say
he got humbled. He got properly humbled, and by the end of it, like, he gets out of jail, because that was a stipulation too. He basically gets the early parole doing this fight and stuff. That, you know, again, this is Falk, Ripstein kind of organizing all this and stuff, kind of like a perfect storm kind of thing. So basically, Hutchins gets the money and stuff. Chambers gets out of jail, and then like literally like a year later, he ends up getting the belt back and stuff. And him and his manager are literally like, yo, nobody can fucking know that this goddamn fight happens, because that might kind of hurt your you know, reputation. Which I'm like,
oh yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would kill your reputation.
Yeah, you can't. So basically, they kind of denied it, and it just ended up being kind of like a folklore, like, oh, Hutchins kicked the shit out of Chambers. Ha ha, that's a joke, right? It's like, yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, never happened.
Yeah, never happened. You look at the camera and it slowly zooms into you.
So exactly, how do you pull off this level of plausible deniability?
I don't know.
Okay, no, actually, the better question is this. Hey, D, yeah? Does the legal system work like that? The legal system does not work like that. No, it doesn't.
Unless you got a lot of money, but, you know, 2002, I guess.
I mean, look. There is Tyler Perry wackiness by sending somebody to jail without a body, and then there's sure.
I mean, this here.
That's what this is. Sure.
I mean, I would give the movie credit too. It really pushed the idea that like Chambers had money.
Ving Rhames can really knock out a nigga.
Well, that, but also it pushed the idea that like the celebrity of the Chambers character is what, like, because again, it's money. Money is kind of what can push somebody in his position to be able to make moves to get out of jail versus a regular person. Because a regular ass person ain't gonna be able to do what Chambers did to get out of jail early. Just ain't gonna fucking happen. And so you could tell money was involved and influence was involved. And I think that was actually pretty cool that they played that. Like, oh, Chambers had influence. Clearly. So he is.
Oh yeah. And I would expect the person that had all the money on the outside, who, by the way, they did make it notice. They did made everybody know that he was actually losing a lot of money because his wife wanted divorce, and one of his older agents wanted to sue. Like, well, not wanted to sue him, but his old agent was taking more money from him. He said, "Don't worry, I'm about to sue that motherfucker anyway." I'm like, all right, he got all his bases covered. Let him fight Wesley.
And then he gets out of jail and he gets his belt back and stuff, and he's back on top. And I like how Fisher Stevens was like, "Hey, Monroe, Chambers got the belt back, and guess what? They said he's undisputed." I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. All right.
I was like, that was unnecessary, but whatever.
Yeah.
No, you know what that was? Sequel baiting.
Yeah, that's all it was, because it ends with...
And it baited a sequel and got somebody totally different.
Somebody that...
How do you wait that?
Yo, and here's the thing. They end the movie with Hutchins, I think he won 60-something matches in a row, 69, like, matches in a row or some shit like that. I think.
I don't fucking remember,
somewhere
man.
around that time, and it just said Undisputed, and that's the end. And I'm like, so let me get this right. Number one, all right, cool, you ended like that, right? Number two, George Iceman Chambers in the sequel is basically Michael John White with a fucking 8-pack. That's like a far cry from Ving Rhames' character, but okay, cool, I guess. I'm fine.
Look, CJ.
I'm not mad at it.
The way No, I'm not either. I'm just saying they could have ended it way worse. They could have said that either Wesley or Ving Rhames had a punching speed of 25 miles an hour.
Bruh. This is true. True.
I'm sorry. I will never let that down. I won't.
Who really tracked that 25 miles an hour? I need to know this. I really do.
That's what I want to know.
I really need to know who decided that 25 miles an hour was just a good round number to just say 25 miles an hour. There we go.
That's how you gauge the speed of any throwing limb.
Somebody really.
I'm not even gonna say a punch. I'm not even gonna say a punch or a kick. Just the speed of a limb going at that rate. All right.
I gotta say this though too. I do remember the soundtrack, and that soundtrack was apparently Cash Money Records album.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, that was, man. Look, you could hear the Manny Freshness of that fucking album clearly. I mean, let's look at this. You got Cash Money Millionaires, Big Timers, Trick Daddy Rick Ross. Damn, Rick Ross was on this shit. Lil Wayne. Oh shit, Bubba Sparks is on this? Damn. Carl Thomas, Tina Marie, Baby, Eric Sermon, P.D. Pablo, Benzino, Baby, and this is all produced by Manny Fresh, basically. So yeah. Back when albums were a thing for movies.
Again, this is back when movie soundtracks still had a lasting impact.
Yeah. I mean, the music was there and stuff, so gotta give credit to this and stuff. But yeah, man, this was an interesting movie and stuff. Like I said, I saw it in theaters when it came out and stuff. Apparently, it did decent in the box office. It wasn't necessarily like blowing the roofs off and stuff. But I mean, it's 2002, and that was like, Oh, 2002 was a weird era when movies were coming out because I think we were kind of coming into that comic book movie era with Spider-Man and X-Men and stuff. So it was like, so to speak.
Well, this is also the same year that Wesley... Actually, this year was a pretty big year for Wesley because he had this and Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blade 2 came out that same year.
Yeah, so it was definitely that. Because hopefully, what was it? Yeah, because it lost out to, let's see. It was in the top 10, but other movies that beat it out that weekend... This movie did not do well at the box office. I know, it put it this way, it barely made back its budget. Barely. But Signs, Triple X, Spy Kids 2, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Austin Powers Goldmember beat it out.
Well, of course. Of course all the motherfucking movies beat those out. They're much bigger movies with bigger budgets. Of course they did.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that's that, Blue Crush. That's funny.
Yeah, but you know what? It should be so, but at least tell you this. This actually started the second half of Wesley's career doing straight to DVD movies. And
for better or worse.
And let's just be honest. This actually started a series of straight to DVD movies that were pretty fucking good. Unlike Sniper and to a lesser extent motherfucking Scorpion King or some shit like that, this one actually survived and actually is actually good. All the movies are actually good. I can say that much.
It's interesting too because Ving Rhames, okay, it's weird because and both of y'all know this. In the 2000s, it was weird for Ving because I think he was making inroads with the Mission Impossible movies. I think he had just did 2 years prior to that. He did Mission Impossible 2. Yeah, because that came out in 2000. And yeah, I think we just said it because Baby Boy came out the same year as I think it came out months before Undisputed. So yeah, he was kind of on this position of like doing pretty good on the movie side and stuff. And like you said, Wesley meanwhile was like hitting the direct to DVD market and stuff, but he was fucking Wesley Snipes. So I mean,
but I think what happened to Wesley, I think that's just how his career shifted in that direction because there were a lot of people casting didn't cast him no more. He wasn't getting cast for these big roles no more. For whatever, I got to be real. I don't know why Hollywood kind of shaded him at the time, but they really didn't want him in a lead role no more. Maybe he was too black. Maybe they thought Mekhi Phifer was going to replace him. Who fucking knows?
I don't know.
But he just didn't get no roles at the time. But like you said, with Ving Rhames, he was on an upswing at that point because after this one, did he do Chuck and Larry and a couple other movies after this?
He did.
He was all right.
He did Lilo and Stitch months after Undisputed, so he was already like, "Oh shit, Disney money, let's go!" It's like,
"Oh shit, Disney money. How much I'm gonna get?" Well, $100,000. Well, all baby, that's it.
Hey, let's be real too. Hey,
shit, that ain't stag minimum.
Hey, look, I am still laughing at the fact that he popped up into the TV show. Like, he had time to be like, hey, I can do the Lilo and Stitch TV show? All right, bet. I'll jump back in on TV show. I was like, damn, Ving, you really liked that character, didn't you? All right, cool.
You know what? But remember, this is also during that time Ving Rhames cried, and every black dude was like, "This nigga a pussy."
Hey, look, I ain't gonna call Ving a pussy because I saw what he did to Tyrese. Nope, I'm good. I don't need to be choked out.
Man, did you not see what happened when? Did you not see half of this movie? Ving Rhames is not a nigga to actually be fucked with. Also, I don't think y'all want to do that.
Also, Ving survived Final Fantasy Spirits Within, so God bless him on that one.
God bless that man. God bless that man.
Because I don't think too many people survived that movie. I mean, Ming Na lucked out that she survived that shit. Woo! Man.
No, actually, Ming Na was the only one that had to because everybody else was solidified. You want to know why? White guys. They were fine. They were going to live.
True.
They were going to be. Buscemi was going to make it. Tom Kenny. Come on, it's Tom Kenny. He did SpongeBob. That nigga's going to have a job. Of course, Alec Baldwin's never going to not have a job, man. Ming Na had to survive that.
That was like do or die. It's like, all right, Ming Na, you just did Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Like, that's a movie that would have sunk Ving Rhames. And it's like, oh, no, it didn't sink him. Thank God. Woo. Thank the
You're
Lord.
lucky. Like Ming-Na, you're lucky people still love you as Chun-Li.
Well, they love
You know what?
her-
You know
they
what I
loved her
think
as
what happened though,
Mulan, sir.
Spears with him. I think Spears went in lucked out that nobody knew it came out, and no critic really got a chance to really throw it under the bus. I think it lucked out that it was pretty enough that no critic threw it under the bus.
Also,
therefore, nobody died.
Unpopular opinion, maybe you guys might agree with me when I say this. It also kind of got thrown under the bus. It kind of sort of got thrown under the bus because, it's that anime Japanimation bullshit. It got that stigma
Or,
too.
no, if you want, hey Chris, if you want to keep it 100, let's just keep it 100. I'm looking at people like you, Chris. What the fuck this got to do with Final Fantasy? A lot of y'all said that.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
A lot of y'all said that.
I'm that guy where I'm like, where the fuck is the chocobos? What the hell's going on here?
Oh man, I thought Sephiroth was going to be in this movie.
Oh no, see, I didn't even take it that far. I didn't take it that far. I didn't even take it that far.
I had friends that legit was ready for Sephiroth to be in the movie. He never showed up.
I'm sorry. When they pulled out guns, I'm like, there's no way you're gonna tell me Sephiroth is in this movie. But I was just like, yo, what's the chocobo? Where's the magic? I don't see it.
Like none of that was there. And they thought
they could at least done
they
the
thought they were
magic.
paying it, and you thought that they were paying attention. You thought that they were paying attention to the fan base by having a character named Sid in the movie. Down my face.
Give me a scene of a skeleton of a chocobo, and I'll be like, all right, close enough. Fuck it, I'll take it.
All right, you know what? Look, all right, the Sid thing, me.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. I actually like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, the movie's terrible, but at least they got one thing right.
Yeah. But anyways, that's Undisputed.
Yeah.
I would say this. We'll get to the sequels because I feel the sequels, as DJ Sue pointed out, it got like the Fast and Furious series where it just escalated each and every one of like, how ridiculous can we really get there? Because once you got to that third one where it hyper focused on Boyka, Scott Adkins
You gotta think
took
about
it
it though.
over.
Hey Chris, this whole series went from the sweet science of boxing to
MMA.
if they keep to if they keep moving, just make sure they pound and not move no more.
Yeah, Russian propaganda, and you didn't even know it.
You know, but I love how a British man is playing a nigga named Boyka. That's just amazing to
Only
me.
Scott Adkins can do that. Only Scott Adkins can do that, and I love it for him. But yeah,
So y'all niggas tune in next week for Black Action Month, where this time we'll talk about black bank robbers. No, not Set It Off. We did that a couple years ago. We're doing dead presidents. So put on your white makeup for that, only for the one scene that you're gonna do it for. It wasn't multiple bank robberies, just one. I felt stupid watching this a second time, thinking that they was gonna go on a run like Cleo and them and Set It Off. D felt foolish. So that being said, next week we'll do dead presidents. I hope all of you will join us.
yes, laters.